The one that got away is the closing quest of the Thieves Guild questline series.
Psst, you. Over here.
Zeira isn't convinced that Nicolas died in a sea storm, and wants you to investigate the matter.
A fascinating application of the technique.
I used to dream of this place when I was a young cutpurse. I thought, if I can make enough of myself, one day I can go there, hold my head high, order a drink like a normal person. It tastes the same as what we have in the den. Yes. He's the reason I needed a strong drink. According to Magnifica Flora, the Iron Wheel's prison ship encountered a storm and nearly capsized. The waves swept a dozen people over the side, Nicolas among them. Body lost to the storm, they said. Neither does Magnifica Flora. Here's a copy of his wanted poster. It's plastered all over Tanith. I want you to find out what really happened. If he's dead, we throw a party in the den. But if he's alive, you track him down and... do as you see fit. I'll back whatever decision you make. Someone called the Desert Falcon is looking for Nicolas as well. That's how this came to my attention. I want you to see what this Falcon knows. Last I heard, the Desert Falcon was in Rivenspire, some tavern in Shornhelm. See what you can learn. If any trails lead to Nicolas, follow them. I'll answer what I can. Someone who doesn't realize Desert Falcon is incredibly pompous. Nicolas made enemies over the years. Maybe it's one of them. But why look for him now and not after the dowry heist? Whoever it is, my hope is they're willing to work with you. I don't know how to answer that. We were friends for so many years. He meant so much to the Guild, to me. And then he betrayed us. He left us to the mercy of the Iron Wheel. Drowning at sea is too good for him. The Thieves Guild doesn't murder. And yet, Nicolas was the cause of so much suffering. I shouldn't ask you to do that. In fact, I can't. But if you find him alive and leave him dead, I'll consider him the exception.
They should really make the mugs big.
You are the last person I expected to see. Did you come to gloat? To tell me my search for Nicolas will end in failure? And how did you learn I was the Desert Falcon? I'm no longer Chief Inspector of anything. After your guild escaped Noshira Citadel, I had no choice but to resign from the Iron Wheel. The journal was a nice touch. I'd hoped it would seal the fate of Nicolas at his trial. But a storm did that. Allegedly. You don't get that from me. You couldn't follow simple instructions to put down a sparkling trinket. How can I possibly trust you? I want him to see justice. You think you can accomplish that? A bar's landing stains my reputation, but I shall not let you stain my honor. Leave now. If I see you anywhere near my things, I won't hesitate to call the guard.
You are acting very suspiciously, Walker.
Welcome to Rivenspire, land of women and war. Don't think I've seen you around. Or I could have. I was quite drunk yesterday. Hello again, for the first time. Are you working for that ram's beak, Falcon Wings fellow? Heard he wanted the same thing. Also heard he was a guard. He sent you then? Fine. Tell him my price. Pay my tab at every tavern in the city. I'm a substantial drunk. Go on, ask what you will. First thing, he didn't go by Nicolas. Can't recall his name. Something equally forgettable. But I do remember his high elf companion. A widow she was. My darling Volu, he called her. They were returning to her home. A lovely manor near Sentinel. In Alakia? That's all I remember. The drink, you see. But they were to be married as soon as they returned. Oh, she'd fallen for him. I could see that. He was some sort of painter? The canvas kind, not tavern placards. He brought some kind of joy to her life. Would have been lovely, but I passed out on the table.
Now, the nearest way shrine to the Nicolas Mansion boat is the following one in the Daggerfall Covenant. Yours might be different if you are playing in another covenant.
I don't often receive visitors in my garden, especially the uninvited ones. Vantis? Whatever for? And who are you exactly? He struggles enough finding his muse. Distracting him with financial matters will disturb his concentration. I must ask you to leave. I will inform Vantis you stopped by.
You are not who I expected to see. I knew my time here wouldn't last. I hoped it would take longer, though. Zeira wanted to make sure I was truly dead, yes? I taught her too well. What business? The man you knew as Nicolas truly died in that storm. I am a changed man. A married man. I live quietly in this house, painting things that my wife adores. I... retired. Ask. I'll tell you everything you want to know. No more secrets. None of them matter anymore. I wanted more. Alone, Abba's landing is a meager prize. But if I could find a way to bring in Tanith, with a stake in both cities, you control all trade in Hughes Bay. But I hadn't. Velsa should have joined me at Maluk's path. After my death, she would lead the others back to Abba's landing. Zeira could scatter the guild before the Iron Wheel's arrival. But then Velsa retired and everything changed. Of course not. But had all gone according to plan, Zeira could have filtered the guild into Tanith, set up there while the Iron Wheel was chasing them here. And when I was Magnifica Falora's puppet in Abba's landing, Zeira would be mine in Tanith. Very well. We both know my part in what happened to the Thieves Guild. I won't beg for my life, if that's what you're expecting. If that's what Zeira wants from me.
Here you have 3 options. The third one is the most obvious one. The second is to forgive Nicolas. The first is to tell his wife about his real identity, and therefore to punish him, which sounds the most just.
But I love her!
Therefore, I will go with the first.
Zeira wants you to take away what's important to me. Go on then. Do what you must.
Although he will be upset, but he won't stop you.
What now? I thought I asked you to leave. How dare you! Vantis is a respected artist from the Imperial City. He fled before all the troubles with the Daedra. You say he is not the man with whom I fell in love? What proof have you? None, of course. The Jewel of Tanith? Marriage? No, I cannot take you at your word. You must understand that. Leader of the Thieves Guild. Is his name Nicolas? Or is it Kosh? A known con man. This cannot be. I thought he loved me. What should I do?
Here you have additional choices. Choosing the second option will make him sent to Tanith for trial. This will make Iron Will happy. Choosing the first or third options will make his wife punish him, thus he will have to depart to another location and live a miserable life.
I have a relative at the bank. I'll ensure my funds are protected. Whatever he's called, he won't leave here with a single coin. Ventus. Or Nicolas. Whoever you are no longer welcome.
Well, did Nicolas survive the storm? What happened? Is he... marriage? He sweet-talked his way into someone's life so quickly? He did his unlucky spouse a favor. It sounds as though he has nowhere else to run. You helped restore the Thieves Guild. Make it more than it once was. Of course, I trust your judgment. Now all the old business is put to rest. Let's go. We have a guild to run.
And that concludes Thieves Guild missions and quests. See you later.